Hello everyone, good morning. Just please somebody confirm if I'm audible. Screen visible. Yeah, really? All good? Very fine. And you can see screen moving too. Okay. Yesterday, we get to declare all the tables of this dataset, and it happened because everybody was doing it was going on very dynamically. So something uh, but I hope now everything's settled. Everybody has this database now. Is there anybody who didn't get it right still? Is there anybody there who did not have his or her database ready so far? Pratham, you are presenter now. Let's see what is not wrong, or what is not going your way so far. Anybody else who still doesn't have this database right? Just please ping me in the chat box. Okay, Pratham, there are department location. You have created a database. Your database name is employees. And then, okay, you are creating. Okay, go ahead. Execute this last one. Insert into department locations. Let's see. Let's see what does it say. Yes, click on that icon.
Table is created but the values are not shown.
Bharat, okay, go back to your query code. Sure. If you return them because of that interval, duplicate entry. Pratham, I think you have tweaked it out. Did you change the code I sent?
Yes. So which one?
I see that.
So which code?
You have tweaked it out in many ways, कहीं अपर केस है, कहीं लोअर केस है, ये सो इस तरह से नहीं चल पाएगा.
Okay.
It is not going to do your wish. Uppercase, lowercase, I said that if it is a function name like create or table or schema, these kind of things, if you are doing, it can run that into account.
Okay.
But if these are variable names or if these are things like your values,
Okay.
it will not accept those things.
Okay, sir.
What you will do now is go to department locations table, the table which you have created, right click on that and you will find option drop table. Create it again properly without any these kind of case mismatch and these ambiguous. It is good to see that you people are experimenting, but now it is going to just consume time unnecessarily. That was the reason I sent you a standard code which everybody should execute, so that everybody is on the same page and I don't have to manually do this out every time. Okay, very fine. Okay, Bharat, okay, okay, fine. Bharat, you can, uh, okay, you can follow recordings and try to understand. And if there is some problem, then we can, follow that in class. Meanwhile, stay with me. Follow the screen. We have already seen that there can be some constraints. Now, constants are nothing. These constant statements are to defines a certain standard in the sense like what should be treated as primary key for this particular table, and then there can be other constants like which you see on the screen right now. What this chart is mentioning is what are the columns which can have common values, and when they can have common values, maybe they can serve as primary key and foreign key relations. So among all the tables, we have already seen that, right? This database is only database if it can be integrated. Yes or no? If there is one isolated table and then the other is isolated table, I cannot ever integrate it. I cannot have a master table by combining all these tables. I cannot join these tables. Yes or no? So that's where I need something which can relate these tables among each other, along with each other, and as and when required, I can have a master table of multiple tables. So this is a relation which is being demonstrated here on the page 1, how these tables are connected and should be connected. So now we are going to define that so that our database will know how these tables can be integrated. So there is now there is not very much too much to describe over here. It is just syntax, and it is, I will just explain. It is indeed not very necessary also. But anyway, I am showing you because it can be done, and you should know that this is also a facility at your hand. What it states, we are altering a table to add a constraint. Now I want to define. Suppose I created the table, I inserted data, and I forgot to mention something. So that is alter table now. I am altering my existing table. Say I forgot to add the constant of foreign key. So now I am defining what could act as foreign key in this table and whom it will reference in some other table. So just copy paste it, have a look, try to find it out. By now you have realized, I hope you have realized that SQL is okay, not SQL. Actually, SQL is coming up as slang word for SQL. but you realize that it is a very plain and almost English-like language, just like two people talking. Yes, almost flat. Ooh, no enthusiastic results. Is it so? Isn't it so? Don't you think that? Such a flat language, alter table. Then I'm mentioning which table, the table name. Then what I want to do? I want to add a constant that who will act as foreign key. Then I mention the column number of which I know that it should act as foreign key. It is connecting somewhere. Then I mention which column it references. Whom does it reference in other table? Then I mention that column name and that table number, or table name, and that table name's column name. Done with this, everybody? Abhimanyu, by this we are defining these relations. I'm telling you, I'm coming on to it. I just wanted you guys to finish it first. Done with this? Everybody done with this? Now, is it so very necessary? First, get to know what we have done. What we have done? Yes, Jyoti, we can do that primary key also with the function. Get to this. What we have done here? We have done nothing. The relations of foreign key and primary key, which is displayed in this table, like works on table. Can I connect it with projects? And if I connect it with projects, how can it be connected? What is common ground? Yes or no? You got to know we discussed the concept of facts and dimensions. So two dimensions may be needed to join. One fact may be needed to be joined with dimension. They will happen only if there is some common column. Like project table. Project table, we have mentioned a P number and it contains all other details of a project. The P number is one. Now we calling it, this is a project name, is this. It is located at some certain location and it is being governed by this department number. So P number is the primary key for project table. Which table can be connected to project now? Works on table. which is a fact table, by the way. It is dynamically changing. So P number is here. We don't have all the details of project here in works on table. But basis P number, I can see if works on table, I am being provided with a P number that this employee works on project number 5 for this many hours. But now I want to see what is the location of this project. Can I see? I can connect it to, we will see that how do we do that, but I can connect it to project. So we have defined that relation uh, in these queries just now, which we have run. So is it mandatory? No, it is not mandatory. It is only going to give you a certain guideline. It is just going to let you know. It is just for making use a bit simple. Just think about it. You will not have this diagram every time, no? It is mentioned here just for the sake of ease of your people. So it is not mandatory to define these relations, but it is always good to have. Okay, fine. Fine, Jyoti. Fine, Abhimanyu. Okay. Well, enough about DDL. we started off with table function of SQL. We wanted to define some DDL, nitty-gritty about DML, alter table, update. However, the DML is way beyond that. Being into analytics, you will rarely deal with DDL part of this. You have very little to do here. What mostly you will be doing is the DML, and DML also the kind of DML which we are going to discuss now, which is also, since with the rise of analytics, we are calling it DQL, data query language. We discussed that already, that now there will be debatable terminology, kind of. If you ask me, we have altered a table. That is also DML. If you want to update a table, if I want to add a new entry to existing table, yes, there is a function update. So we can update that. That is also data manipulate. We are manipulating data. If I want to delete some rows, so there is a function delete. So I can delete those rows, not the complete table, but a few particular rows. So these update, delete, alter. In a way, this is part of DML, but you will be rarely you will be dealing with this kind of thing. What you will need to know in detail is which the new breed data scientists are calling DQL. We call it, they are calling it data query language, which is in a way which we can call that it is another branch of DML, data manipulation language. Here you will see functions like, what do you want here? Being analyst, where will you think you will have to deal with SQL? Any idea? A few years ago, SQL lost popularity, but now it is again in fashion. If you see, job descriptions, you will see these kind of things. SQL mandatory, advanced SQL. Can somebody confirm if my voice is not clear? Is my voice clear enough? No cracking, no breaking. Sanyogita, it seems like it's a problem at your end then. Jyoti, you too. Most of them are confirming it is clear to them. So perhaps your connection is glitchy. So watch out for a minute. If it doesn't clear up, drop back and join back. If that happens, Raido, just ask me. We will confirm if it is happening with everybody. If everybody is facing the same problem, maybe I will have to tweak my connection. If it is just for a minute or two, you can wait for recording. You will get it all right. Okay. Okay, many answers like selection and extraction part with the structured type of data and collecting data extraction to fetch values. In reality, what will happen, I will tell you, why do you need SQL is to fetch the right kind of data to your machine for further advanced analysis. A basic level of analysis you can do in SQL itself. We will see that. But for advanced analysis, like for predictive algorithms and machine learning kind of algorithms, you will have to fetch data to some other tool. SQL doesn't support that. SQL is your tool to fetch the data from your database. Now, which data? Which data? The only data which is required by the business problem. We talked about that, right? The data, exactly, correct. The relevant data, which is relevant to my business problem, my current problem. We took an example, right? Maybe I don't need entire data. And in this table, in these very tables, which are here on your database, maybe you don't need data of every employee. You only need data of employees who are in department number 5. You are concerned with department number 5 only. Maybe the case. Yes or no? Maybe there are projects you want to fetch, you want to analyze further what is going on with projects. But which projects? The projects of only department number 4. Or maybe projects which are based in Houston only. You don't need all the projects and this kind of thing. So there can be several problems, several things and several constants depending upon business problem. What you require. You don't need to analyze all possible data. So you will fetch only the relevant data. I'm just giving example, Jagdish. So for now, let's stay with it. We will see if we don't know department number. We will see that how to query that topic just in a while. So these are the functions or queries. These are the clause. In exact language, we call them clause. What are the clause? Which which again called as, some will call it, new gen will call it DQL. Old school people like me will call it. Still, we will call it DML. It is just that it is a different set of DML. You will see clause like select, very intuitive. The clause in this DQL part will be like select. Select means select particular columns. As simple as that. Right? And there will be clause from. From means from which table you want to select some columns. From which table do you want to select these columns? So these two are mandatory clause of any this data fetching or data querying query. For example, what you were doing so far, what you were doing when I said when I told you to click on this tabular form, actually, you know what was happening when you clicked on this? Actually, a query executed. Actually, a query executed when you click here. Select asterisk from company database dot employee. And actually, that's what was the intention. Actually, this was what you wanted. You wanted to see this data table. So it has done what? Select which columns? Asterisk columns. What does asterisk mean here? Asterisk means asterisk is wildcard for yes, all. Asterisk means everything. It is wildcard. We call it wildcard. So there is asterisk, then there is other wildcard. We will discuss as we move further. From which table? So it is mentioning now it is going way too formal. It is doing it really properly and in a formal manner. It is mentioning database dot table. However, since your database is already conveyed, we have already told Workbench which database I am working on. We have highlighted that. So we don't need to tell every time. Even this will work fine. Got this? So now the way we are going to do this is what I think it will help. I'm going to put questions forward, all right, and we will try to code to answer those questions, right? And as we move ahead in concepts, the complexity level of those questions will keep on increasing. Fair? We start off with simple questions. Meanwhile, you can keep on maintaining this file. You are maintaining that. I hope everybody is doing it that way. You will maintain a query file, one script file, where you are starting off with creating tables, inserting values one by one, then you have defined these constraints, and now we are going into DML and so on. Right? So that by end of the module, you will have one complete project of this company database, various examples of DDL, DML, DQL, whatever you want to call it, and you will have a repository which you can refer anytime. After doing this module and this practice kind of thing, you will have I will give you an assignment also, so it will become a proper thing where you can refer as and when required. So maintain this script file. Don't do it like two commands are written there and four commands are written there. Yes, of course I can mail. See, I can mail you, no problem with that. It's only going to trouble you. I would strongly recommend stay with me and keep your queries along and keep asking things. If it is very necessary, I will answer. If it can be taken care of later, I will answer that. But uh, please, if it will keep on going like that, you know, two steps forward and then one step backward, we can keep doing this for another month. Anyway, here in the chat box, we have just seen that if I was not to click, or if I was executing this query in command line prompt, how we will do is, one is this hash sign. This hash sign is, what does it mean? Somebody? Hash sign is Jyoti, Harika, Mansi, Jagdish, Nikhil. Okay, many people. हैश साइन कैसे बताया तुम लोगों को? एसक्यूएल ने बताया है कि सी ने या जावा ने? Okay, hash sign is common to all. Okay, hash sign is almost common to each and every language. It means comment. Comment in the sense, if something is preceded by hash sign, it means now it is not a code. It is not a code. It is just a comment here. Yes, maybe you can try many things, but these things won't work elsewhere, Nikhil. So stay with standard. Another thing to notice is if I execute that, you see, when I clicked, it came in block letters, all capitals. Now I'm using all small. So when it comes to this clause, SQL doesn't mind it. So maybe all capital, maybe some capital, some small, even then same result. SQL doesn't mind it. However, I would highly recommend to be in practice of keeping an eye on these things, because other languages, yes, other languages have problems. MySQL may not mind it. R and Python are going to mind it. Hadoop is going to mind it. So be in practice of uh, keeping a standard font. In my code, you will see mostly it is all small. Even if you start typing, you will see auto suggestions. So you see that if you start typing, select, if I say asterisk from, you see auto suggestions. Try typing this above command right here. Try to type it by yourself and see what happens. You will see there are auto suggestions. What is happening? Workbench is trying to again help you so that you don't make spelling mismatch, uppercase, lowercase mismatches. Here, you choose auto suggestion and you go ahead. Everybody tried and tested. आता है auto suggestion? You see that? Very well. Try this by yourself. Here comes a question for you people. Here in the chat box. Solve this query by yourself and tell me what will you type? What is the query you will form to answer that? Okay, Harika is quick, and okay, so is Jyoti. Very fine. So, what is so wonderful with this? See, again, as simple as that. Select F name, comma L name from employee table. Remember, we select after select clause. I write the columns required. I require columns. What is required of me? I am required to print first name and last name. So I'm saying select F name, comma L name. These are the columns, and which table contains them? Employee table contains this data. So as less intuitive it may sound, number one, you will make it a practice. You will decide the table first. The question is saying retrieve some data. So decide the table first. So decide this from clause first. You will not type from first. You cannot say from employee, select this. Wrong syntax. Syntax will be always like select something from table. But it is always a good idea to decide which table is going to provide me data, and then I decide select clause argument. So that's one thing, one key point. Another thing is somebody knows about alias. Heard of name? That SQL offers alias. Alias. What does alias means? Instead of short form, not exactly alias. Alias is like an alternative name. Yes, also known as AKA, which is the popular acronym for that. Formally, it is called alias. So how do we define that? Reason being, if I execute this query, just take it up. Have a look. The data is fine. The data is fine. It should be first name, last name. It is the way it is. But, however, it is not looking very nice. It is not looking very intuitive if these column names are going like F name and L name. For now, I am not showing you how to export this data to somebody, but just for just to know if I have to fetch this data to a machine and the column names are coming like F name and L name, so it is not looking very intuitive. And then there can be, it is a database. It is being updated not by me. It is being done by data engineers. So I don't have control on these column names. So many times it happens that there in the database, the column names are mentioned like this. I want like these column names to be coming on my machine. I want them to be more elegant or more explanatory or more understandable, comprehensible. So that's where alias comes in. The keyword is as. Again, it can be capital, small, block, whatsoever. Also, you must have noticed by now that when it is a clause, when there is some keyword which is identified by SQL, it comes in blue font. Variable names are coming in black font. Yes, you notice that? So each uh, this color coding will try to help you throughout that. Are you typing keyword? Are you typing variable name? Are you typing character data type? Are you typing numeric data type? Are you, and so on. So let's use an alias. I want it not to be f name. I want it to be like proper first name. If there is space in between, I will have to use double quotes. If there is no space, I can use it without double quotes. However, again, it is a good practice to use double quotes. Reason being, maybe I'll show you. If I use it like last name, still it will happen. You see, I'm using an alias for f name column, which is first name. Same goes for L name. I want to use alias last name for L name column. You see, better than before, right? I think it looks better using alias. Now column names are intuitive. The thing I was saying that it is better to use when alias when you are defining something new, make it a practice when something exists already. You can mention its name and SQL know where to go. Like employee table, it is already there. L name, F name, these are already there. Now these are characters which you are defining just here. So it looks good that you have a standard type of code, you have a standard practice, you always use these codes, right? You will see it many a time, you know. It is just a start, you are just starting your journey. If for those who are talking, I'm talking to those who don't have coding background, many things will work. Like somebody said that hash sign, then there is another asterisk and uh, backslash, then there are double hyphens. You know, many a things will work. You want to produce a result, there can be many ways, but it will look good only in one particular syntax. So start making it a habit to stick to it. Fair. I hope everybody with me. Here goes the question for you. Another question. Guys, again, if you go out of turn asking questions, it can go up to, always it will keep going back and forth. I will come to these things. Slowly and gradually, we will graduate to these things. Nikhil. Here is the question for you. Question 3. Can you do that? Has somebody done it? Okay. Now that's where comes a lesson, another eye opener, which essentially is, do you understand your data fully? Do you understand what animal you are dealing with? Nathan, okay. Then somebody, F name, first name, simple, last name, okay. Minute is middle initials, that's also taken. What is super SSN? What is your idea that super SSN means? SSN? SSN is Aadhaar card of each person. I mean in US. The social security number of these people, that's SSN. Very fine. What's super SSN? What do you think it is? Many of you have made that mistake already. What is super SSN? Mobile number. It's getting interesting. Anybody else? Any further guess? What does it mean? Primary key, Nikhil, primary key is already defined. That is SSN. You see, I have several employees. Each employee is going to have a different Aadhaar card number. So that is settled. So for that, I have SSN. I have social security number of each employee. That's settled. What about what is super SSN? What is your idea that super SSN means? Yes, actually, there is. Ah, you know that already. You see what has happened? You have tried to answer a query without even knowing what it means. So everything is going to go wrong. Your alias is going to go wrong. Your further analysis is going to go wrong. What I mean to say is, what is a super key? There is nothing which is called super key. Okay, okay, give rest to your creativity, guys. Don't, I wanted you to guess. I didn't want you to make wild guess. Come back, come back. You had a data. You have a data. It's this employee table. Employee table contains a column where it is mentioned super SSN. It is to denote who is supervisor of this employee. Array, yes or no? HR will maintain this data or no? This is your employee. This is his social security number. Who is the person who is supervisor of this John? Whom this John reports to? That's given by super SSN. John reports to the person whose SSN is 333445555. Who is it? It's this one, Franklin. So John reports to Franklin. Franklin is supervisor of John. That is what super SSN means. Okay. Now what your query meant, what your query wanted, it wanted to retrieve birth date and supervisor SSN of all the employee using alias. So how do you go about it? Maybe select. Yes, what is needed? One is bdate, that's obvious. Let's use alias. So I'm calling it birth date. And super SSN. Maybe I will call it as supervisor's SSN. I want to call it this way. From, now it is simple, from employee table and terminate by semicolon. ठीक है जी, आप में से बहुत सारे लोगों ने सोचा कि एलियस में सुपर एसएसएन लिखना है और वैल्यू एसएसएन आनी चाहिए। ऐसा नहीं है, सुपरवाइजर एसएसएन ही चाहिए था। Many of you did that. You thought that you need to mention alias as super SSN and value will be SSN of employee. It is not so. You are required to print supervisor SSN. It is another thing that you need to clearly use alias so that it looks nice. And that was their monarch. That was what I was talking about monarch. It is again my bad. I again switched back to Hindi. There. Shall we move ahead? Now there will be things like very oftenly, for now we are selecting columns from a table. I don't need all the table altogether, and we are getting some columns from certain table. That's perfectly fine. Select is not valid. I don't know what is that supposed to mean. You are getting error. Are you doing it the same way? Or have you done some spelling mismatch already? Here in the chat box. Try this, Anubhav. It is working fine with me. If it is your query, I have run it. It is doing just fine. I mean, conceptually, there is something wrong, which is that it is not super serial number. So that is another thing that you have chosen wrong alias, but there is nothing wrong with query. Okay, fine. Seems good. See, now there is, very rarely you will need to fetch data like this. Mostly what will happen, which we just discussed. You will need to fetch data. You will need to select something from certain table, but along with some condition. That is the real filtering of data. We talked about this just a few minutes ago, right? I don't need entire data. I have some condition. I only need that data where that condition be true. So that's where clause comes in. Where I'm mentioning where this is my condition. If this condition is true, give me that data. If this condition is not true, okay, leave that data in the database itself. Okay. How do we mention that? For example, these questions are coming number wise to you. Okay. So I hope they are making a sequence. You are copying and pasting. What I have done is here it is. So how do we mention? Okay, let's see if you can do it by yourself. Can you do it by yourself? Let's see. Yeah, if you are having no idea how to mention this where clause, put this in where clause. Okay, it's all okay. But I just wanted to see if somebody can do it. Somebody wants to give it a try. Please go ahead. Nobody. Okay, that's something interesting. Now keep an eye on your codes. Look back at your codes, what you have done. Is it the way? Is that what was asked? It always happens. It always happens. Now is the time when you start paying attention to the query, what your query is saying. Okay, we know the deal. We need to select something and we need to select it from some table. Now let's decide from. So now you will see that what my practice is. I usually mention these clauses in different lines. So it is not only going to help you in formulating the query, it will also look good to somebody you know, whom you pass on this query as a question answer kind of thing. So that's my practice. You can follow if you wish. Fair, let's see if I was doing it my way. From table, I need some table. Okay, which table is having this information? I have a condition of salary, so it's employee table. What do I need to select? Let's refer the query. It is saying retrieve details. So I think I am required to fetch all the details. So select asterisk from employee. Now comes the part where there is condition. And what is condition? That salary at least 40,000. Now what does it mean? And just check your query, what you have dropped, what you have done. So many of you have done less than 40,000. Ah, realizing what you have done wrong. Those who have done it already. Fair. Monarch, this is not the syntax which is good to follow. It is possibly wrong. Rayudu, this is not giving you anything. This is making. Check it out, Rayudu. It is giving wrong results. Run for once, no? Whatever query you are writing, run it. See what it is doing. Is it giving you correct results? In my opinion, it is as simple as that. I am saying greater than or equal to 40,000. I am required to print them. Just look at the query, no? What they are demanding. They want to print all the details, verify, select asterisk of all the employees. Where are employees? In employee table. Who draw a salary of at least 40,000, which means minimum it should be 40,000. More than that is okay, but it should not go less than 40,000. So that's what I am writing. It should not go less than 40,000. It should be either equal to or furthermore. Let's see the query. As it happens, it is doing fantastic. Seems okay. Here comes another question. Do it by yourself for once. Uh-oh. You got the question right? The question is in the chat box, question number 5. Now start working backwards. Decide the table, decide the columns, and decide the condition. Please tell me when you are done.
Hello, hi sir. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Somebody was calling in. Sorry, I had to take a call.
Oh, hi sir.
Yep,
Hello.
Rehan.
Sir, can you share my screen? Sir, I'm getting errors.
Sure. Sorry to interrupt, Rehan. Somebody is logged in by name CC. Please drop off and join back. Rehan, you are presenter now.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Here I'm getting errors, sir.
Select asterisk from employee where what is equal to 40,000, Rehan. You have written
Sir?
where something is greater than equal to 40,000. What? Is it first name? Is it last name? What is greater than equal to
Salary.
40,000? Yes, you can.
Okay.
These things will happen. These things will happen for a couple of days. That's why I keep on telling you, people, don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. These are nitty-gritty things. Calm down. Calm down. Do it, with a cool mind. Fair? I think that's done. Anything else?
Yes, sir. This is correct, sir. Retrieve the relationship of all dependent.
Yes. Now, okay, you are talking about the question number 5, which I gave. Yes, retrieve relationships of all dependents, where yes, and so on. So, it seems good to me. Just look at the result, no? The result which your query has produced, and it seems going fantastic to me. It is going actually, right?
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So most of you are getting this right. अरे मुझे भी बता दो यार,
Hello.
किसने लिखा था क्वेरी ठीक से?
Hello, Anubhav speaking.
It's yes, Anubhav.
Yeah, Alok, whenever I'm writing the query, so everything is okay, but this select option is getting error almost after after reaching the final. So this select is showing that it's a error, something like that.
Okay. Okay, I'm making you presenter just
Right.
just in a moment.
Okay.
So you got it right, guys. It asked you to retrieve relationships of the dependents of ESSN so and so. So in dependent table, you see there are many dependents of this SSN, but they have not asked me all the details. They are just asking me. They are not asking me dependent name they want or their gender they want. They are asking about the relationships. They are only want to see that who are the family members of this SSN in dependent table. So if I fetch it this way, select relationship from dependent, where, then it is simple. The condition is very much explanatory. So I get to know that there is a daughter, a spouse, and a son of the said SSN. Those who are present in our dependent table. Seems good? So I think mostly said and done. Some of you have used asterisk, or some of you have taken, the dependent name also. So all in all, good. Nothing wrong with that. However, I will again suggest you that be in practice of strictly following the query. Reason being, when you will be giving exercise, you will be given an exercise on SQL if you are being interviewed for SQL roles. So mistakes like this, which you did in this portion, you were supposed to fetch the records of greater than 40,000. You fetched less than 40,000. Not even that. I'm telling you mistakes as minute as it may seem. I was supposed to fetch 40,000 or more. This was the query, yes or no? At least 40,000, they told me. So I chose greater than or equal to. Even if I make this mistake, I'm out. Just imagine guys, they are testing your queries for an SQL role, and there are 100 people. You're getting the gist? They are not doing this round to select people. They are doing this round to reject people. So don't give them an excuse to throw you out. Even these kind of things become important.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, Rehan.
Sir, actually what, I just closed this one workbench, MySQL workbench I closed, I lost all the data, sir. Like today's sessions. The problem which I was doing right, by mistake I just closed.
That's
Like
not
it was not
problem.
autosave, sir.
No, it should have been autosaved.
It has not saved, sir.
Set password again. If it is not there, then you just need questions. You can type in the query by yourself, or maybe I will drop it just now. Yes, please, somebody. Anubhav, share the screen. What you wanted to discuss?
I share this screen. Yeah, just a minute. Can you able to see the screen?
Yes, I can see the screen. And meanwhile, the questions and queries which we have done so far, Rehan, and not only
Thank you,
Rehan,
sir. Thank you.
as the case may be, anybody, for all of you. Yes, what is happening? Select asterisk from dependent where. Type in the condition.
From dependent.
Yeah.
From where after that?
After that, you write the condition. What is the condition? Condition is that ESSN should be equal to. It is given in the query, no? Who is the person whose dependents you want to see, whose relatives you want to.
Where ESSM is equal to.
Yeah.
You can see that here in 143 number, 143 row, this select is showing in not valid at this position for the server version.
It is saying it right because your query is not complete yet.
Okay.
It will not run only one line. It will run the entire query up to the point where it faces semicolon. Semicolon means that query is complete now.
Okay.
So since it is facing that this query is not complete,
Okay.
it is showing you cross sign. Now it is complete. No cross.
Okay. So once we write this, so every time we need to execute this statement, right?
Right.
Okay. But we didn't ask for this this one. Okay, fine, got. So it gives me all the details.
Since you asked all the details, it is giving you all the details. But think about it, your question is not asking all the details.
Okay. Yeah, exactly, because we were asking just relationship.
Exactly. So you just fetch that column. Where are the relationships?
Okay. So in that case, so I didn't put the relationship actually. I put the dependent. So that's why it's asking. So can I undo this and
dependent is the table name. You see, from dependent, you are choosing table name here. You are not choosing column name. Column name has to be chosen in select clause. In select, you have put asterisk there. Asterisk means all the columns. So let's not bring all the columns. Delete asterisk and put the column name which you want to fetch.
Okay, so can I undo this one?
Yes. You could have just backspace. You could have simply deleted it. Undo means something else.
So, okay.
Here, from the chat box, you can take it.
So,
It is in the chat box.
okay.
I have just dropped it in the chat box.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay. Got it.
fine.
Hmm.
Okay,
Fine. Thank you.
okay, very well. Okay, just a little bit. How is it going? Boring, interesting, confusing? Three choices: B, C, I. Just drop, just drop me a little feedback. The pace is proper. Do you think I'm going way too slow? Is it feeling I'm going, zooming past like a Ferrari, ready to take off? Going fine. Okay, so I'll take it that I can maintain this pace for a meanwhile. Okay. So these are conditions. Now, coming on to conditions, there may be conditions. You may come across multiple conditions as well. Multiple conditions in the sense, check the question out. Here is the question number 6. What does your question say this time? In the alternate question, we were asked to fetch the data of employees whose salary is at least 40,000. Now it is saying it doesn't want all the employees whose salary is 40,000. You realize that? You can figure that out. This contains two conditions. This time your query contains, there are two conditions hidden there. What are they? The condition being, yeah, yes, getting that right. All the unmarried gentlemen here, this query is coming right from Bharat Matrimony. Seems like seems like that. And many of you got this right. How do you form? Simply you form from employee Yes, the data which is asked is in employee table. What do I want to select? I want to select, okay, all the details. That means all the details means asterisk. And then we come to where clause, where I will mention conditions. The condition is number one, salary should be greater than equal to 40,000, minimum 40,000. Now, since there is two conditions, so I want two conditions to be true at the same time. So the clause is and. And is the keyword here, which gives me this combination. So there are multiple conditions and I want both of them to be true. This and this. Both are required. So, and what was third? Okay. So salary is greater than equal to 40,000 and gender is how they have represented gender, MF. So we just need to type F. And terminate. Let's execute. You see what has happened? You see what has happened? All the unmarried gentlemen, we have a match for you. There's Jennifer, a female with salary more than 43,000. Sounds good? Sounds good? All the unmarried gentlemen, check her birth date. You are not so lucky. 1941. Excitement dies here. Oh my goodness. Here it goes. Shall we take another condition? Another condition is, why did I put gender in F? Anubhav, you know it is. Now I am beginning to wonder a few things. Why not F? What do you wish me to do instead of that?
No. My question is, you put this particular gender condition, that female one, in the bracket. Sorry, not bracket, in the column. So that's what my question is.
In the quotes, you mean to say?
Yeah.
In
In the
this
code.
inverted commas, you mean to say?
Yeah. Correct.
It is because
While this salary.
character salary
Okay.
number can be mentioned as it is. I mentioned that also, that character we have to mention that in double quotes. I mentioned that while you were defining these, alias also. So alias can work fine with or without double quotes. However, I asked you that make it a practice that you use double quotes for characters. You will make this kind of mistake. If somebody has not used double quotes, well, you must have faced errors. Those who
Okay.
have not used double
So
quotes.
this.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Alok sir, Abhimanyu this side.
Yep. Abhimanyu?
Yes, sir. I didn't use inverted commas in the first place, and I got an error. Then I used inverted commas, and then it executed properly.
Yep. So that pretty much explains that. So, without double quotes, it does not mean a character to SQL. SQL will try to find out that F is perhaps a keyword like and, where, select. It is not the case. It is a character. You wanted to match gender, which is mentioned as F in your dataset. So you need to match this key, this character. Mention that in double quotes. Shall we move ahead? Shall we move ahead? We just faced a query for our client, the Bharat Matrimony. They came up now. Well, they came up with our conditions. However, it didn't suit us. Let's relax our conditions a bit, should we? Question number 7. Here it goes. Here in the chat box. And what do you think of this? What are the conditions hidden here? Very fine. It's going good. Now you people are catching it. More or less it is the same query with a catch. Here the conditions were like I needed both the conditions to be true. So where I am mentioning like this and this. Yes or no? I needed both the conditions to be true. Salary should have been at least 40,000 and the female employees. Now it is given in my query that it needs details of female employees. It needs details of only female employees, or they may be employees who draw a salary more than 40,000, at least 40,000. So what my query should fetch? Now it is, you got this right? The keyword is or. Now it is or condition. Both are multiple conditions. That is multiple condition with and clause. I need both the conditions to be true. This is multiple conditions with or clause. I need either one of them to be true. Fair? Yeah, Bharat Matrimony has relaxed their condition a bit. Either it should be female or, well, 377 gone. At least salary should be 40,000. And it will serve the purpose. So select asterisk from employee where salary is at least 40,000 or gender is female. Fair guys? So these are examples of multiple conditions.
So why do we need to put the gender condition in this question? Whether when employees who draws a salary includes both male and female.
Pardon. Could you come again, Monak? I got your question up to an extent, but I want others also to know the difference. Speak out, Monak.
Sir, I want to ask you that why we need this gender condition if employees who draw salary which is at least 40,000 includes
Hmm.
both male and female, na? So it is true in second case only.
Hmm.
Why do we need first condition?
Let's.
Even if they ask us to,
Everybody got.
result will be same, na sir?
Everybody got his question, Monak. Monak's question. Did everybody get it? What will go wrong if he does the way he is explaining? Ashu,
Sir, if he does in the
yes,
Hello.
Abhimanyu, please, would you?
Yes, sir. Sir, if we go in the way Monarch is asking, we will only get the details of employees who have salary more than 40,000, not
Correct.
female employees, right? Because either if the either condition is true, either
Yes.
it is a female employee or the salary is greater than 40,000, we require both data.
Get the idea. You got the idea, Monarch? I am explaining with highlighting the example. You see this girl? She is a female with salary less than 40,000. Now think about it. What was your query? Your query wanted to retrieve details of either they should, it wants details of all the female employees, or Yani, what does it mean to say? It meant to say that all the female employees, and if they are not female employees, at least they should be drawing salary more than 40,000. Okay, so if you skip this gender condition, you will skip this Alicia girl also. You are writing wrong query. Okay, fair enough. Let's do one thing. So let's keep it till here today. Should I drop you some queries? Just 4 or 5 queries. Not I will not keep you busy for entire day. Just 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, and that kind of practice it will keep you in the loop. Okay. You tell me, do you need it on mail, or maybe I can drop it just in the chat box right now? Will that do? Okay, so I will request all of you not to drop anything in the chat box. I'm dropping it. I'm just dropping it in the chat box right now. So 5 more questions in the sequence. here in the chat box, so you can copy paste, and not exactly now. Give it a while. Take some time out for yourself, but maybe in the afternoon. Try it for yourself, and if you make it, I would ask you to make a sincere effort. You should be able to make it. If nothing works out, then we'll discuss it tomorrow. Okay, very well, guys. So let's call it a day for today. It's taken 1 hour. You don't know it, but I think Damini is here. Okay, now maybe she left, but she was here, so it is done. No problem. Okay, very well, guys. Very welcome. Bye bye, and take care. We'll connect tomorrow, same time. Bye, all. Signing off.